Hold on to your seats, reality TV fans. The fallout is more chaotic than anything we've ever seen on screen, and the world of hip-hop and love just fell apart. We are talking about total chaos. Wild, uncontrolled rumors linking Mendeecees Harris to R&B starlet Tamar Braxton have been raging on the internet for weeks. Others were shouting home wrecker from the roofs. Everyone was waiting for the final breakup of Mendeecees and Yandy Smith, one of the most famous couples on reality TV, as rumors of late-night hookups were making the rounds on social media blogs. But just when you thought the dust had cleared, the whole tale shifted in a way that nobody anticipated. Finally, Yandy started asking out loud what was really going on behind closed doors, demanding answers, and publicly questioning everything. Together with Honey, Mendeecees did more than just respond. The emotional hand grenade he tossed entirely wrecked the basis of their relationship. In a shocking, unedited interview that left fans staring at their screens in utter amazement, Mendeecees did more than just deny the claims of adultery with Tamar. He went far further, disclosing a massive, decade-old secret that drastically changed his relationship with Yandy. We are talking about a reality that is so profound that it instantly moved the emphasis from Tamar Braxton to the very fabric of Yandy and Mendeecees' lives. What did he say that made Yandy gasp? How did a rumor about a music video turn into the ultimate exposure of reality TV's biggest trick? And why is Tamar Braxton requesting money in exchange for an apology via her Cash App? Today, we are analyzing every aspect of this incredible play. We have the actual behind-the-scenes tale, the receipts, and the radio interviews. Don't blink, this story is always changing, and we're going deep right now. To completely understand how this massive explosion happened, we must travel back in time to the exact moment the spark impacted the petrol. It all started when Tamar Braxton, who has been mostly focused on her music career, gave up on Heartbreak Retrograde, a really intimate and sensitive project. In the primary song video, she needed a strong, well-known male co-star to play her love interest. Harris from Many enters the picture. On camera, their chemistry was clear. They brought the gripping plot of the music video to life with their impeccable performances. At the time, fans believed the acting was truly amazing. But the rumor mill was already working in the background, searching for a reason to wreak havoc. The real fire was started when popular blogger and internet pundit Funky Geneva went live on his platform and released a massive bombshell. He claimed to have personally witnessed Mendeecees Harris and Tamar Braxton acting like much more than just co-stars. He said he saw them embracing in the back of an Uber, making out, and eventually entering Tamar's house together late at night. As soon as he stated those words, the internet did what it does best, it went completely nuts. In just a few minutes, the video was edited, shared, and reposted on every urban gossip blog on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Suddenly, Tamar Braxton's comment sections were inundated with thousands of angry admirers. People felt particularly offended by Yandy Smith's backing of Mendeecees during his extensively publicized court cases and jail sentences over the preceding decade. They referred to Tamar as a home wrecker and accused her of violating the unwritten laws of sisterhood. The public backlash was loud, aggressive, and swift. Tamar, who has always spoken up for herself, was not amused by this. Her legal team quickly issued a stern, unyielding statement that denied every single word of the claim and described it as a completely fabricated fiction meant to deprive her of her happiness. At a pivotal moment in her career, Tamar herself declared on social media that playtime was officially over and that her solicitors will handle the situation. She expressed her deep distress at the way these irresponsible rumors affect defenseless children and families who didn't seek to become involved in reality TV nonsense. Nevertheless, despite the legal risks, the public conversation persisted. Why? Because everyone was waiting to hear the opposing viewpoint. Everyone was wondering where Yandy Smith was in all of this. Yandy has long been considered the archetypal ride-or-die woman. She managed Mendeecees' career, handled his family's needs while he was abroad, and defended him against many critics. She was devastated to see her husband. Yandy wasn't just watching. In an effort to discern between hype and reality, she was subtly contesting the truth of these rumors. The broader public saw few signs of stress. It seemed like the couple's usual united front was shattered. The two's social media interactions had become chilly, according to commenters. Rumor had it that Yandy was asking for exact answers to protect her reputation in the entertainment industry as well as for her own comfort. There was growing pressure on Mendeecees to defend his marriage, make amends, and behave like the spouse the public believed him to be. There was tension throughout the entire civilization. If the rumors were true, a reality TV dynasty would sadly come to an end. Mendeecees had to face them with the same intensity as Tamar's solicitors if they were false. People started picking sides. Some said the blogger didn't need to lie about something so specific, while others saw it as a cheap attempt to gain views at the expense of a long-standing relationship. There was a great deal of anticipation. Every time Yandy or Mendeecees posted something online, thousands of people examined the captions to look for secret codes or subliminal messages. The narrative had evolved into a public soap opera. But while they were focused only on whether Mendeecees had gone out with Tamar, they were oblivious to the fact that an entirely different storm was gathering. Yandy's interrogation and continued media abuse put Mendeecees in a difficult situation. He knew he couldn't just offer a standard public relations denial in general. Given the magnitude of the event, a simple Instagram story post was no longer suitable. He needed a massive stage to speak to the world, clear his name, and finally put an end to the rumors. Young Jock and the Street's Morning Takeover, a brutally honest radio program, featured him. Supporters expected a standard justification of his loyalty. They expected him to proclaim his undying love for Yandy and reassure everyone that their bond would endure forever. Instead, as soon as he seized the microphone, the entire trajectory of the story immediately changed, setting the stage for a revelation that would leave Yandy, the presenter, and the audience completely startled. When Mendeecees sat down in the radio booth, there was a palpable energy. The hosts got straight in as millions of fans looked for an explanation. They questioned him directly regarding Tamar Braxton. They questioned him about the music video, the late-night Uber rides, and the suspected sneaking around behind Yandy's back. Mendeecees took a big breath, looked directly toward the camera, and vehemently denied being romantically involved with Tamar. He made it very evident that there had never been anything wrong between them, that their relationship was completely professional, and that they had great creative chemistry for the video. He called the rumors ridiculous and completely baseless. That would have been the end of the story normally. The speaker would have moved on. The drama would have gradually faded after the denial was posted on the blogs. But Mendeecees didn't stop there. Eventually, he opened a door that had been closed for over a decade because of the constant interrogation, public pressure, and perhaps internal exhaustion from maintaining a specific image for the cameras. In order to cleanse his name in relation to Tamar, he decided to remove any evidence of his relationship with Yandy. Speaking with total poise, Mendeecees dropped a bombshell that quickly dispelled the cheating accusations. He revealed to the hosts that he and Yandy had been separated for over a year. The room was silent for more than a year. While the public double-tapped their pictures and perceived them as possible partners, they were living quite different lives. But he didn't stop there. He went one step farther and delivered a blow that devastated the core truth of love as well as hip-hop history. Everyone was informed by Mendeecees that he and Yandy Smith were never lawfully married. Think about that for a moment. Think back to 2015. Think about the massive, extravagant, star-studded live television wedding spectacular that drew millions of viewers. Imagine the exquisite vows, the emotional speeches, the 2 tears, and the gorgeous white dress. They reaffirmed the same vows in front of the world in a sumptuous. Mendeecees explained that it was only a determined decision to keep the marriage's entirely symbolic and illegal character. At the time of their television wedding, he was facing significant federal legal troubles, which ultimately resulted in a lengthy prison sentence. That prison sentence was followed by significant government fines, restitution obligations, and the continuous risk of asset forfeiture. He claimed that if the government had properly connected their names and accounts, they could have easily seized Yandy's hard-earned money, businesses, homes, and brand to pay off his legal bills. By preserving the legal independence of the marriage, they created a wall of defense around her wealth. However, Mendeecees did not sugarcoat the disclosure. He freely admitted that the storyline, which showed them as a legally wed couple negotiating the difficulties of marriage, was kept up only for entertainment. It was a commercial decision. It was a narrative designed to maintain a very lucrative public brand, maintain viewer attention, and generate income from reality TV. He expressed a great sense of satisfaction during the chat, pointing out that they wouldn't have to go through a challenging, expensive, and acrimonious legal divorce battle in court because they were never formally married. There were no alimony disputes, no complicated legal procedures to go through, and no marital assets for a judge to divide. They might just walk away without any problems. Their public image was immediately and catastrophically impacted by this admission. After investing years of emotional energy in their romance, longtime fans felt profoundly duped. On social media, rage, confusion, and dark humor erupted. People began to discover that the entire ride or die narrative was based on a fake script. The openness of reality TV was fully demonstrated as a carefully thought-out act. But this interview completely shocked the crowd more than anyone else. Regarding Yandy's position, she had been fighting the rumors about Tamar Braxton to maintain her dignity, but when her partner of nearly 17 years took the stage, she completely demolished the identity she had carried around the world, that of the tough, proud wife of Mendeecees Harris. The tale no longer revolved around a potential affair. It had to do with the complete revelation of a long-kept secret that completely changed everything. As the world reeled from Mendeecees' shocking financial and marital discoveries, the focus swiftly shifted to Tamar Braxton, the woman who had been used as the scapegoat for the entire affair. For weeks, Tamar had been dragged through the mud. She was humiliated, called derogatory names by critics, and forced to defend her morals to millions of strangers online due to a rumor that she was dissolving a beautiful, holy marriage. But Mendeecees made it clear that he was single and had been away from Yandy for almost a year before he ever set foot on Tamar's music video set. Everything was changed. In every aspect, Tamar Braxton was justified. Tamar didn't just accept her victory in silence. In classic Tamar Braxton fashion, she decided to turn her public vindication into a master class in trolling and recovering her dominance. She realized how absurd the people who had been ruining her for weeks now seemed to be. On her Instagram stories, she made a funny, lighthearted announcement that quickly went viral. Now that her identity had been cleared, she publicly declared that she was ready to accept all apologies. But she wasn't interested in meaningless text apologies. No, my dear. Tamar wanted what she called sorry money. In a hilarious move, Tamar included a humorous pricing list that was linked to every slur and nasty term that had been used against her during the incident, along with her real-life Cash App account. If you called her a home wrecker, you would be fined. Criticizing her character in a blog article came with a price. She made it clear that if her name was utilized for engagement, clickbait, or entertainment value, she would see to it that the bill was paid. An eye-catching, painstakingly produced graphic that seems like a digital invoice. On the left, list amusing items such as home recorder allegation blog commentary costs and character defamation taxes. On the right, show increasing sums of money. Tamar's cat, Yandy Smith's camp remained completely silent throughout the interim. The woman who had built an enterprise based on loyalty and family management faced an enormous public relations disaster. The internet began to offer a fresh viewpoint on years' worth of prior love and hip-hop incidents. Realizing that every quarrel, every sincere conversation about their marriage, and every story about their family dynamic was staged on a whole different set of rules than what the public was led to believe. The strategic brilliance of protecting her assets was acknowledged by several business-minded admirers. However, the emotional dishonesty of the supporters caused a major rift within her primary fan group. As the dust settles on this historic reality TV fiasco, one thing is clearly visible. Now, the game is completely different. In answer to Yandy's questioning, Mendeecees did more than only cleanse Tamar Braxton's name. The delusions of celebrity were exposed. Reality TV and public relations. It proved that the real world is often far more complicated, convoluted, and different from what we see on our screens, behind the glamorous Instagram photographs, the dramatic subtweets, and the broadcasted vow renewals. Yandy was left to negotiate the broken ruins of a public empire, while Mendeecees was relieved and Tamar felt justified. In the world of celebrity drama, truth is typically stranger and far more costly than fiction, as this story will surely demonstrate for years to come. But now I'd want to hear from the real judges, all of you in the comments section. Which side are you actually on after this massive collapse of reality TV? Do you think Mendeecees had every right to finally come clean and reveal their union's financial situation? Or do you believe that he publicly trashed Yandy to preserve his own reputation? More importantly, are you looking for Tamar Braxton's Cash App so you can offer her some money as compensation? Or do you think it's just another well-planned narrative point for the next season? As you already know, I'm going to talk to you all in the comments section, so please feel free to share your unfiltered comments, your wildest theories, and your honest thoughts here. And if you wanted to stay ahead of the curve on every single breaking celebrity scandal, bitter divorce, and reality TV showdown before anybody else, you would be doing yourself a big favor. Click like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to make sure you never miss a second of the action. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next.